How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Type QQ Gaming channel. We've got some more Bullet Soul Infinite, easy for you to say, right? Infinite Burst. We're going to kind of skip out of the burst mode for now and go straight into Caravan mode. I'm sure that doesn't shock too many people, as I am a sort of Caravan addict. We played Caravan mode and Burst, Bullet Souls quite a lot in the past, as well as Fire Arrow Plus just recently as well. So, for those who don't know what Caravan mode is, it's a sort of 2-minute time attack with sort of high scores and sort of secret point bonuses as a main focus. And why we're jumping into it right now instead of anything else is that Mages, the developer and publisher, I believe, of Infinite Burst, is putting on a contest to give away some posters. That's just for this week. I think that ends the 6th, August 6th, as it were. I think at 10 o'clock, something like that. Later on in the day of that. But do check on their Steam page for clarification on that. So, they're going to reward posters to everyone who scored the highest score for each character, as well as strange scores, as in like scores that have consecutive similar numbers or exactly the same numbers. I suppose there's not a really easy way to describe it other than like if your score was, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, depending on the number of digits like that, you could win a prize as well. So here we go. This is pretty much just going to be like 20-25 minutes of just putting in work. You know how it is. And we'll certainly see me make the same mistakes over and over and over. I am a hard person to learn new things, and there's one thing to really one thing to notice, or one thing to keep in mind about Infinite Burst, Caravan mode, and the regular Burst mode, which I later kind of discovered watching the video, is that at some time during the previous just doing regular old Bullet Souls, I was saying, like, what a really bad idea would be as if enemies jumped on screen, shot, and darted out, which would allow there to be like no way that you could kind of turn those bullets into Bullet Souls. You'd have to kill that enemy, and that's exactly what the Caravan's trying to do, is get these enemies quickly on the screen, shoot their patterns, and then dive off. That's two levels of dangerousness. That's missing points, as well as that's just nonsense on the screen that shouldn't be. So we have to really memorize where all these sort of blitzing enemies come from, and all these sort of ships and whatnot that come out from like the sides of the screen and then duck in and duck out. And exactly that, when we died one of those deaths in that last run, that's going to be a kind of a common occurrence, is that sort of purple bastard that kind of pops in right there at the side. But hopefully it doesn't get. Hopefully we can kind of overcome it rather quickly. We do have a couple good runs. One in particular. So we'll come across that in due time. But just like in regular sort of just like in regular burst mode or normal mode, the main focus is you want to be aggressive. You want to be high on the screen and killing as many enemies as possible. There are certain exceptions, not really exceptions, but other things, like when there's like sort of these sort of paired mini bosses. If you kill them at the same time, you get a bonus on top of that, and other various things. Either way, whatever the bonus is, you kind of want to discover those bonuses and capitalize on it. Again, no burst mode here or bombs. It's really just kind of go at it raw dog and try to do your best. Infinite lives, but you do have that sort of 2 minutes. See, there it is right there. And what I feel is that you have that sort of platform that's creeping on from the left, and it's tantalizing to kind of go over and clear off those sort of plates on it, and then just as I go over, there's that purple bastard that swings in and crushes you. Which I'm sure the game knows very well, Not a very good score. But, literally for my second run, I'm not going to hold too much hope, because I think, Caravan, more than any other mode, is all about memorization. In this, unlike some games like Fire Arrow X, this will give you the same sort of challenge or same sort of product every time. So you can memorize things, and you can kind of cheese things if you have seen them before and know what's coming. Fire Arrow X is particularly strange to do that just because it is a little randomized. However, this one's not. So there's no real harm in doing poor to begin with, as long as you kind of keep putting the work in, keep putting the runs in, and kind of figuring it out as you go along. Also on the, if you do reach Bullet Soul Infinite Burst Steam page, and find the information that has their Caravan High Score Challenge info on it, it will give you a link for some tips as well, but we've pretty much gone through it. This is particularly ugly as well. That sort of golden mass that kind of collides with itself. There is a bonus if you can kill it before it collides with itself. And I think we were able to accomplish it, but as you might have to rewind a little bit and see. There's also enemies that kind of give you a spiral pattern, so it's any player that was used to killing that guy in the first game now has another added challenge to kind of work around. So you can't necessarily sit in the center of the screen, nuke that guy down. He is easier to kill this time. However, he's it's a trickier trap. We finally kind of learned from our mistake about hanging off to the side there. But yeah, I love Caravan mode. And for those who have heard the term Caravan and are unsure what the word Caravan means, it's I would say don't think about it too much, because it's really just it doesn't really mean what it means. It's more or less a throwback name to the old Hudson sort of video game festivals that they would do in Japan. They would package their new summer shoot 'em up game in a sort of mobile arcade within a caravan actually, and then go all about Japan doing score attack modes, and giving prizes away and showing off their game, that sort of thing, kind of like a mobile convention or something like that. And they did this for the 80s, and I think maybe to the early 90s, maybe even to the mid 90s. I'm not entirely sure. All I do know is I wish I was a little Japanese boy during that time. That'd have been amazing. So that part of me, every time I get into a caravan mode challenge, it's kind of like, yay, I like this. But the name Caravan mode stuck just because Hudson did it first, or Hudson did it the most popular. It's hard to say whether they did it first or whatnot, but the fact that it was in a type of vehicle and transported around, that's what stuck. And somehow we kind of pulled that off. I'm not sure exactly if we had any business pulling it off, but there it is there. But yeah, other than that, it just means score attack. I think it was translate. If you can translate it and kind of westernize it, it just means score attack, time attack, that sort of thing. But the Japanese call it caravan mode, just as Western gamers would call things like one-ups or extra lives. Eastern gamers will call it extends. As well as the when you reach a no miss bonus, that's a bit confusing as well, because that just means you haven't been hit. But yeah, go on Wikipedia. There's a lot of weird terms to to think about, but don't ultimately matter too much. It's just keeping everything kind of concurrent. Is that the word? Keeping everything same from west to east when it comes to terminology, I guess. Not that semantics is the most important thing. I think you know, as long as you can communicate with others in a, you know, easy and simple fashion, I don't think it matters too much. But I think diehard fans will appreciate the term caravan mode, and people will understand what caravan mode means in the first try. So no harm, no foul, I think. But yeah, you know, I've always loved Hudson. You know, way back to the NES days. You know, there's always something really special about that B and finding it on cartridges and knowing exactly what you're getting. You're going to get like, you know, Adventure Island was a big platformer for me. You know, I think Capcom and Hudson was, if not Nintendo primarily, you know, growing up in the 80s were pretty awesome, and I enjoyed them a lot. And I think it was only until maybe the Super Nintendo and N64 where almost made it out of that, you know, that kind of rare, kind of reared its head, and kind of became a, you know, a studio to look for. But we're getting way off topic, I think. I look at this. I didn't mention it before, but that sort of blue bullet here, that sort of blue star, that is such a devious thing because it's that sort of collapsing, expanding attack. However, it has quite the home to it. We'll come around to it again, but you got to see that thing like curve at you. It is. It's not one of those things that you can be like, okay, I'll graze it. Who cares? You know, it's coming at me, so I'll just slightly move to the right or left. No, that thing will come around like a curveball and like hit you in the ass. And better than our previous scores. And that's actually considerably pretty decent. And if this is the point where I'm checking the score on our leaderboards here, I believe that may have been the best score that we're going to have tonight. I don't think we beat that score. And it's kind of neat to see where we're placing on our, you know, I think it was just like our 5th or 6th run. We are currently 12. So not bad, not bad. You know, diving in the pool, we're in 12th place. As you can see, you can kind of see some like familiar names. You know, if you're on the Shmups forums or the Reddits or where have you, you know, you can kind of say like, all right, I've seen these people before. Hipsy Man versus Joe. You see him a lot. Same with Clippa on the first page there. Some Dejika guys there. Crushed back there on the 3rd page. I think there was also Frantic there. I think he's part of Shooting Game Weekly, I think, if it's the same guy, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's great to see a community like that. We are going to put more work in. We got a few more runs, but you know, if you don't feel it, I totally understand. It can be repetitious and maybe more enjoyable to play than it is to watch. And I'll save you the drama or save you the time and say we're not going to beat that score. I think we'll come close, but nah, that 12th place shot is as good as we're going to do tonight. However, I'm kind of proud of just placing 12th already, and in so many, so little tries. I think sort of the experience of Caravan mode from Bullet Souls 1 has kind of paid off. So, you know, I just kind of have to discover some of the little hidden things and little tricks that are new to this game. And I think that golden helmet with the sort of jerkwads on the side is going to be, if not the biggest puzzle, certainly the first. Oh yeah, well, okay, like I was saying before, check out this, if we can get it some distance. Yeah, look at that thing. Didn't necessarily curve the way I wanted it, but hopefully you've seen it in the video or in other people's videos. That thing will curve. Yeah, I feel that one of the bigger bonuses in the first game was defeating that golden helmet guy before he could combine. And, you know, I think it's almost necessary to find out a way to do it in this one without perishing, you know. Ultimately, you do want to kind of do this without dying. You know, there is a bonus to that as well, which none of my runs were able to accomplish. I think at the least got killed once. Oh, that's our new, okay, never mind. I just lied to you like a minute ago. We just beat our first run there. Or we just beat our top score there. Sadly, I don't go back. Maybe I didn't notice it the first time that we actually just beat our high score again. I wonder if we're still in 12. If you're curious and have the game, you know, do look and see where it's at. You know, who knows. But yeah, I apologize. Holy shit, I just was like, you know what, click off the video, it's all good. And then like, literally 2 minutes later, oops. Oh well. I've never been one to say that I record great content, you know. You know, I'm just a bum like you guys, really. I'm just a worthless jerk like you. You know, I think conceptually, when I was building this channel, or making this channel, I kind of wanted the idea of, like, it not being perfect, but showing the sort of struggle of accomplishing things in a bullet hell game. That's kind of where my head's at, so I understand it's probably not the most, yeah, look at that curve, look at that curve, look at that curve. No, that one didn't curve, but you know what I mean. So hopefully, like I was saying, hopefully it's not the most boring thing ever, but you know what, I picked up 28 more subs than I thought I'd ever pick up. You know, and I've even fooled some developers and given me free games too. I don't know what would ever compel them to look at my channel and be like, yeah, okay, you know, this is the guy I want representing my game and my company. But you know what? I don't know. Maybe they think this is a character. He just plays an idiot on the internet. That's it. There was not enough idiots on YouTube. So he felt that, he filled that niche, huh? A quote said by no one ever. No, I try not to be so cynical. So far, our community has been absolutely awesome. I'm not so sure I've had one bad comment. You know, that was meaningful, as in, like, you know, you can't, you're worthless, go kill yourself, that sort of thing. I don't know if I've ever had anything like that. You know, I think I've had, you know, a long time ago, I had some guy go, you know, cock, pussy, or something like that. I'm just like, okay, whatever. But other than that, I've just had a lot of, you know, people curious and informative, and supportive. You know, I certainly attributes I have yet to deserve, but all the same. Yeah, that's gonna be a trick. That's gonna be a trick. You know, maybe we can kill him quick and then move up and get out of that sort of hellscape of fire, but I'm not sure. just going to take practice, I suppose. But yeah, it just goes to show you, I think on average, people are pretty generally nice. You know, and I try not to be a mean-spirited jerk. You know, I'm certainly a jerk that's played up a bit, but also is just stupid, you know. You know, I hope nobody takes anything that I say ever too seriously. There it is, Jesus Christ, that purple bastard keeps killing us. That floating platform tempts us too many times. We were nearly killed with that sort of blue dildo, as we were just killed by it then. And I think this would have been a really nice score if we didn't just, like, shit our pants at the end. Because it comes out at, like, yeah, 20 mil, or whatever, 20 gazillion there. 203 mil, but it doesn't get any sort of those cool bonuses. So it's a little sad there. I think that could have been a contender. Hard for me to really say. But I think this is going to be our final run as I look down and see the video is nearly done. So don't think we'll beat our high score, but maybe we will. Apparently I'm not someone to be trusted with information like that. But do let me know. You know, I am afraid that this is kind of boring, repetitious content that's not necessarily the most appealing to watch. However, it's very fun to play. So if you don't speak up and say, hey dude, no offense, but this is kind of real shit to watch, I will play this again and again and again. And I'll record it. And I'll talk about it. And try to explain why I keep losing to the same ships that kind of, you know, do the same things over and over. So, you know, I do really try to keep a eye on, you know, what everyone likes. You know, if comments are made, I try to, you know, I'm still small enough where, you know, fans do make a positive impact. And I do kind of, that's exactly what I was hoping that we could accomplish. I think that's going to be the strategy right there. You know, I still very much have fan concerns in mind, despite whatever silliness I portray. So, that being said, you know, if this is absolute junk for you, you know, if you're looking at this video and it has 4 views, you know, and you don't like it, just speak up, you know. I'll certainly play Caravan mode in my free time and kind of maybe post pics of it on Twitter or something like that. And I'll focus on making some better content. You know, we'll do burst mode or something else. And that's what the strange thing is we were able to accomplish that gold helmet guy and getting out of the way of all those bullets. Got that gold medal. Got a pretty good score, but not really good enough. 4th place, at least on our personal ranking. Alright guys, that's going to be it. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that stuff, and we'll come back and play more Infinite Burst.